I am here.
Welcome. Good morning.
Thank you. Questions?
Ariana, that's Penny, and I'm curious. First of all, welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm curious about specifically how many karmic laws there are in this 3D reality.
Ah, yes.
I need you to expound.
Your three-dimensional physical reality is an illusion, a hologram, if you will. This reality, created by default by your higher self. This is your energy. It is in its most pure and condensed form, brought all together, creating your reality. This is your physical reality created by default, before you realize and before you reach the point where you connect with your higher self. Once you connect with your higher self, you are able to consciously create your own reality. Consciously influence this hologram. However, until you have mastery over other forces involved, you may not completely create 100% of your reality the way your ascended masters have done, such as your Jesus, your Buddha, and other masters of your reality who have complete control over their reality, as you would say, mind over matter. Now I will lay out some of these laws. First is karma. Typically in your society, through the mass belief and the mass consciousness of your society and your organized religions, you have come to the belief of karma as a punishment or reward system. This is a very limited view on what your karma is. Karma is certain lessons that your higher self has brought to you, or certain experiences that your higher self has brought to you, so that you may experience this energy, these experiences, or more accurately, so that God may experience. And you are experiencing for God, or for Source, which is this infinite energy, which is made up of everything and takes an infinite number of forms. Taking a certain form and a certain experience, this is what you would call karma. This is kind of the layout. This is the arena in which the game is played. But you are the player, and you are the one in control. You have your free will. So through this karma, this is one law that will create the layout for which you experience. Not necessarily something that you are consciously creating, even when you know how to consciously create your reality. However, by connecting with your higher self and through spiritual evolution, you may have control over your karma. You may even choose to renounce your karma in certain lifetimes at certain levels. And you may defer karma to other lifetimes. although most cases this will not serve you. Follow your own inner guidance to see if this will serve you or not. Very briefly, very broadly, this is the law of karma. There's also another law, the law of rhythm. This is a combination. Although your reality is a hologram, and each individual consciousness or individuation of God is its own hologram, is its own universe. These universes interact. These universes interact to create a certain framework in which you all share. Certain energies in which you all share, in which you take part in, which may or may not influence you, depending on your belief, depending on how you would like this to be a part of your game, which you call reality. In your law of rhythm, this refers to certain energies around you, one of which you would call astrology, or numerology, or your numerous forms of methodologies which influence certain time periods. This also has to do with certain waves and spikes and dips in a collective energy. Again, you have control over this. These are certain waves of energy which you ride. And if you are creating by default, you may fall in these dips or ride these waves. But if you are consciously creating, you have more control over this. And you may use this law of rhythm to your advantage. For instance, if you are creating, desiring to create something in your reality, a certain experience, you may choose to ride these spikes in energy and take you up and increase the power of your manifestations, while at the same time choosing to build your energy during these dips in energy. When there is a dip, or when there is a certain period of time which would be unfavorable to you during a certain astrological cycle, you may choose to, as your society says, lay low. Not take on major projects or major manifestations, but to meditate during these times, to build up your power. There's a certain energy which you may take on, commonly known as mana or spiritual power. You build this power through meditation, through visualization, through love, through spiritual acts. Through connecting with nature. This is like a springboard to give you an advantage in your experiences, in your manifestations. This is the law of rhythm, briefly and broadly explained. There's another law, the law of the time lag. This is the time lag between your non-physical thought and visualization and your actual manifestation in your physical hologram. You may lengthen or shorten this time lag. You may even experience instant manifestation. However, your higher self has brought you a certain time lag based on your level of spiritual growth, your vibration, the level of source energy which has been brought into your individualization experience. This varies between all of you. The average person in your world has a lag time of about 3 to 6 months. Individuals like you who have come to the knowledge of conscious creation typically have a lag time of 2 to 3 weeks. You may manifest instantly, but oftentimes it will not serve you, as this gives you time to make up your mind and to avoid manifesting your fears. This gives you time to change this. This is the time lag law, briefly explained.
Thank you.
And, of course, there is the law of duality, or polarity, which is unique in your third dimensional hologram. And I hesitate on calling this a law, as it is itself part of the hologram. The idea of duality. The idea of what you choose to experience and its opposite. In fact, the whole idea of opposites, of good and evil, good or bad, whatever you choose to label this, it is just that, it is the labels. This itself is part of the hologram, this itself is part of the illusion. This itself is a belief of separation, which in your journey does not serve you, only serves you in the beginning to help you to identify yourself and to identify it and to free yourself of it. For once you consciously create and move beyond this hologram, you move beyond duality and become aware of the oneness. These are 4 laws that I have brought through, and I will bring through others at a later time.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
It's Susan, and I know I've asked you before, and I'm interested every time you come. Can you tell me another one of my past lives?
Yes. You lived in a society that transcended both the third and fourth dimension, lived in both the third and fourth dimension. In your physical time would have been 15,000 years prior to your current focus time. This civilization is what you would call Atlantis. You were gardener in this past life, male. As a gardener, that was different than what you see in your current time and civilization. As in this civilization, you were more in touch with your instant manifestations. The time lag was less. You saw the plant beings, as part of your civilization, as consciousness, as friends, as family, who provided you with nutrition as gifts. And you were able to grow and create a variety of these plants to help provide you nourishment as well as to provide your landscape with beauty.
Hi, my name is Vicki, and can you tell me my spiritual guides and who's around me?
You have one primary ascended master guide that stays with you throughout your cycle in the physical. This is a male guide taking on male energy, giving the name of James. The message that he has is to let go of your doubt. Let go of the doubt about yourself, about your limiting beliefs, about who you are and what you believe yourself to be.
Hello, I'm called Judy, and I have a tendency during profound spiritual events, such as the guided meditation when I was here last with Paul. I have a tendency to apparently fall asleep. I don't know if this is the limitations of the body, if I am leaving the body. What is happening? Am I actually falling asleep?
This is not a limitation, but more the opposite. You are transcending your conscious awareness, and more of you is going on this journey. Not only your physical awareness, your personality self, but many higher levels of yourself are joining. You are able to naturally let go and allow yourself to leave your physical experience and experience the non-physical. This is part of your connection to the fourth dimension. You are actually more connected to the higher dimensions than you are this one. And you are simply doing the natural progression of returning home. Returning to your non-physical natural state.
Cool, thank you.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Adrian, and I've had a question for some time. I'm concerned about the number of individuals that are turning into very violent people, and we're seeing this a lot right now. And I wonder why we're seeing so much of that at the same time we're having an increase in awareness of many individuals.
This relates to the duality. You have come to create this law of duality, come to see this law of duality as a sort of polarity of good and evil, good and bad. This is what you label this. But this law actually exists as a means of assisting you in bringing through your karma, of taking what are weaknesses and transforming them into strengths. The violence is a manifestation of fear. And the opposite of fear is love. You see so much fear in your world because these individuals, or more accurately, these parts of Source, are seeing the separation and experiencing the separation so that they may learn from it. They may see its illusion and see the oneness, see the love. They are experiencing their weakness so that they may make it the strength.
Thank you.
Yes. And this violence that you see, anything that you see in your reality as bad, remember, this is only an illusion. This is a hologram. It is you who chooses to label this as good or bad. You may very well label this as good, see it with love, as opposed to see it with fear. And as you see these situations with love, you acknowledge the oneness, and therefore raising your own vibration and returning to the oneness.
What about the people that are the recipients on the receiving end of this, the ones that are the victims, the ones that die as a result of the violence perpetrated on them?
They chose not to experience the hologram for the time being, and will move through this into another hologram. This was part of their default karma, not as misunderstood as a form of punishment or as anything which you would consider bad.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, Adrienne. It's Eugenie. Thank you for being here. I've had a situation where I've been around a lot of medical stuff. And the number one thing, and I include myself in it, is people having really sore shoulders. Shoulders seem to be even more predominant than knees or hips or anything else. And I even noticed in the situation I was in that everybody seemed to have a left shoulder that was screwed up more than a right shoulder. And if you can give me some information as to if it's the left side or the right side of your body, what is that indicative of, and what do shoulders or knees or whatever mean or imply, please.
The left is the side of receiving. The right is the side of sending. Being predominantly left in your shoulder pain, experiencing pain in the shoulders is a manifestation of carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, feeling like you are responsible for others' hologram. You are responsible for others' experience. It is their higher self which brought forth their experience. And they're learning to create and manifest. You label this as good or bad, and you carry the weight of it. You experience pain from it based on your own beliefs. But that which you see as bad, this is temporary short-sightedness. As in the long run, it may not be what you see as bad. The end result is not pain. The end result is not death and destruction. This is only part of the process. This is only the very beginning of the process. The result is a strength to be gathered from this, an experience. The experience brought forth and the freedom from duality.
I have great difficulty understanding the concept of it being a freedom or an experience for I would call it improvement, I would guess. Is there any best way to better comprehend this? Can you phrase it another way or something?
The pain in the body,
Mm-hmm.
the ailments of the body.
Mm-hmm.
The body is not real.
Thank you.
Yes.
I did not really. Perfectly.
How was your body created? Your body was created in its natural state. Even your scientists have found that your body has a certain template in which it continually creates itself. Every cell physically in your body replaces itself many times over, down to deep inside your bones. There is a certain template in which this takes place. Your body knows its perfect and natural state. But why does it continually to create ailments outside of its natural state? It does so because of belief, because of emotional issues, trying to get your attention.
Is there a recommended or a suggested way to go beyond that to improve oneself?
In turn, you see these emotional issues manifested in your physical body, and you acknowledge them. You give attention to them. You put emotion directed towards them, and they increase in power. A combination of this and you seeing your body as you. You say, I'm sick. You say, I don't feel good. You say, I'm dying. You say, I have cancer. Whatever. You say this as your body. You say this as if your body is you. You are not your body. Your body is a hologram created to assist you in experiencing this third dimension reality. You must see this without a doubt, know this without a doubt. Not take these physical elements so seriously as if they are happening to you. They are not happening to you. They are manifesting in your body, but your body is not you. Also, catching your emotional issues, as this is a way of working on your strengths, assisting you in turning your weaknesses into strengths. You work with your emotions because your emotions are the non-physical part of you, helping you to create your reality. So move beyond this. Catch your emotions, catch its subtleties before they manifest in your physical, and do not see your body as you. This will help you in allowing your body to return to its natural state.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm Dorothy, and just recently, after 80-some years, I have been reconnected with my mother, who died when I was 10 days old. I see her constantly. My father is standing beside her, and she seems to be lying down. Someone whispered to me, someone told me that she whispered something in my ear, and I have not received an answer as to what it was that she whispered. And I would like to know now, because I see her constantly. I've been disconnected from her. My father never talked about her. Nobody ever told me about her, but I see her constantly now.
We are always together. This is what she whispered to you. We are always together. This has multiple meanings. It had a meaning then, and it had a meaning now, on many different levels. You are together in your connection, in your heart, in your emotional connection to one another, in your love. You are together. You are together energetically. You are more together than you realize. She did not leave. You exist on more than the physical. The physical is a very small part of the actual reality in which you exist. She exists with you in the non-physical. She even interacts with you in the physical. You are never apart from her. On a higher level, you are one with her. You are connected, similar to your soulmates. You are part of the soul family. When you chose to incarnate and were sent out from this God, from this source energy, you split into many different experiential beings. But before you split, you were a part of one another. You still have that connection of being a part of one another, of sharing the experience of your souls merging. As you are close with one another on an energetic level, you are always together. It is hard for you to realize from your physical vantage point, but you will truly know this when you transcend this physical hologram, as she has, and as she truly knows. This was part of your karmic experience laid out for you, so that you may make this transition and you may truly know this.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Ariana. My name is Maxine. It's nice to be reunited with you once again. I have many, many questions. I think the most important thing in my heart right now is how can I be of greater service to the universe?
Follow what you feel guided to do, who you feel guided to be. You do not need to do some earth-changing work to do so. Simply be who you are, who you feel most comfortable being, and what you feel most comfortable doing. If you had your choice as to what you would do this day, do it that day. Without worrying about money, without worrying about the effect you have. What you feel called to do, do this.
Thank you.
This is your purpose.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, I have a question about someone I'm going to call CJ. The intuition and the thoughts and hits I'm getting on this person's journey right now. Am I correct in that?
The lesson here, quite frankly, this is irrelevant. Irrelevant to your path. You know this. You know their path is part of their greater good, part of their higher self, despite the illusion that it is not. This is a lesson for you to know their true worth, their true path, to respect their path, despite how it may look on the surface. To truly love them by not seeing their separation, by not seeing them through fear, and instead seeing them through love.
Thank
Yes.
I want to know if you can tell me another one of my spirit guides.
You are very strongly connected with the nature spirits, the lower astral. The lower astral, contrary to many of your belief systems, is not something that is lower or somehow evil or dark in nature. This is a more primal energy, a dimension that exists within your own third dimension. Which assists in your manifestation. It is a kind of medium between your higher non-physical, unmanifest energy and your manifest energy. It assists in your manifesting of energy.
Any nature spirits in particular? Sorry.
This nature spirit that you are working with, name is Anna. Fairy spirit. Along with a group of fairies. As well as many elemental nature spirits.
What do they assist me at?
They assist you in your manifestation. Ultimately realizing that you are not separate from your manifestation. They are helping to move energy for you. Also assisting you in controlling energy. This is part of your being an empath. Of what you see as your psychic abilities and seeing spirits and other energies. These nature spirits assist you in filtering that energy, in using that energy. Not just seeing it in its raw form, but being able to use it to your advantage. Yes.
I have 2 questions, please. I would like to know what I was in my past life and who's around me that has passed.
You have lived many past lives. This is quite the understatement. As you live countless, infinite number of lives in an infinite number of dimensions. Several different realities. In your physical, linear dimension, in its current state, you have lived 782 lives on Earth, many on other planets. Your most recent on your timeline of lives, although not linear according to your physical timeline, but based on your karmic lessons, actually took place in a future time period. This would be the year 3500. Your Earth is quite different than it is now. Many changes have taken place. You have another moon. Many different land masses. The cultural differences, your country, your nations, even your languages are much different. There is not so much differences as there are in your current state. Different countries. You are all one country. You are a global society and a global civilization combined with other species of races, not just human, reside on your planet at this time, as they have lived among you in the past on your planet. You are explorer. As you live on your planet, reside on this planet, have a family on this planet, you also explore others, as well as explore other dimensions and other time periods. As in this time period, something has happened as the scientific reality and the metaphysical reality have merged into a form of technology. Indescribable and incomprehensible by your current physical state. The lesson you are getting from this life is to overcome limitations. As you have been sent back into a period of time where you feel your limitations are greater, so that you may draw upon the time period directly before on your karmic progression, in which your limitations were not so great. Ultimately, the lesson here is that your limitations are the illusion. As far as past loved ones that are with you, they do not hang around. They have transcended into another dimension, and some have reincarnated, some have experienced their life review and are in the process of reincarnating. However, they often come to visit you, particularly your father. How you connect with them is simply by thinking of them. A thought of them where they are at is like a telephone number in the physical. You simply contact them by thinking of them. They recognize this thought energy. They see it from where they are at. And this is how they communicate with each other on their form of existence.
Thank you.
Yes.
No, this is Judy again. I have a more mundane question. I have appointments with 2 new doctors. One is a potential new primary care. The other is an endocrinologist. I give primary care doctors a hard time with all my peculiarities. Will this new lady be able to work with me? Will she be good for me, or should I look elsewhere? The endocrinologist, I was scheduled with her primarily for diabetes, and I'm getting better control over that. Do I even need to see her? Are there other issues she could help me with?
As I spoke earlier, this relates to the time lag. As the average person's time lag on your planet is 3 to 6 months, and yours is about 2 to 3 weeks. Your changes in your physical body due to your time lag confuse your doctors. They are also very confused by their focus on their illusion, their focus on the physical, and completely throwing out the non-physical aspect of what they are seeing, which is the cause of what they are seeing. These, what you call doctors, you can call them professional Band-Aid placers,
Excellent.
as this is what they do. Temporary solutions to much deeper issues. They help you more with the immediate issues at hand, but not with the cause. Your technology in your society, what you call Western medicine, has not evolved to the point of understanding ailments of the body. Therefore, they have little effect on what actually happens.
Well, they want to lock me up if I don't follow some of the procedures of the physical illusion. Will this primary care doctor be a good one to help me dance along that line between truth and physical illusion?
As you play this game, you have, as what would be called, skin in the game. As you have belief, too, invested in this. It will assist you as it will assist your belief. You believe some of what they are doing is assisting you and healing you, which will in turn heal you. Just remember the cause of this, and remember and acknowledge the power that you have in this situation. And do not give your power away. to others.
That's why I'm changing doctors. I don't have the energy to fight physical battles with people who are supposed to be assisting in my healing.
Yes.
So after I see this first potential primary doctor, will I have better insight as to whether I need to see the endocrinologist?
As your insight grows internally, you will be led to the professional Band-Aid placer which most serves you.
I love it. Thank you very much. I am grateful for your help.
Yes.
Hi, Ariana. It's Adrienne again. I've been having this unique experience the last few weeks. When I'm playing my piano late at night, there's somebody behind me, but I turn around and look, there's nobody there, but I know there's a presence. Who is this presence and what do they want?
You travel into past lives. Other past lives that you have lived are traveling to you, as they do exercises to travel into past lives and experience you. These are connecting. You have many past lives in which you have used the right brain part of you, the experiential part of you, the female energy part of you, which assists in your spirituality, in what you would call your psychic abilities, and experiencing your non-physical. This is what's happening here. Your past lives are viewing you and connecting with you. And those which are alike are attracted to one another. And they are coming together.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, Donna, it's Eugenie. And in this moment, I don't have a specific question, but I have this overwhelming urge to say thank you. Thank you to you, thank you to Paul, thank you to all my Mystic Treasures friends, all my network, metaphysical whomevers that have helped me over the course of the last couple of months that have been trying, as we're going to call it. And I can only say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your support and for your insight in whatever you've done. Appreciate it.
You are very welcome.
Thank you.
Your gratitude is received graciously. Your gratitude serves you and serves your reality and your spirit greatly. Your gratitude is one of your greatest tools, both in your physical manifestation and beyond, as it is an acknowledgement of the oneness, an acknowledgement of that which you choose to experience. It is an acknowledgement of your natural state. It is an acknowledgement of your highest being.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
This is Dorothy again. I'm very new in all of this, and I would like to know, at this present time, who is my spirit guide?
You have male energy master guide, giving the name of Terry. Assisting you in your strength. Strength on many levels, giving you strength and teaching you what strength is. Emotional strength, physical strength, mental strength, and spiritual strength.
Could it be my husband that passed over 7 years ago as well?
This is different than your master guide. Guides are ones who have gone through the cycle already and are here to assist you. Those which you have experienced in your physical, they are beings like you on their own path, raising their vibration, going through the cycle, eventually moving past this hologram reality and more to higher non-dualistic realities. Although he interacts with you and visits you, your husband is moving, evolving to the higher reality. This was different than many who have life review and choose to reincarnate. He is no longer incarnating. In the physical reality, he has ascended. And this life that you lived with him, he chose to experience with you his last life on the physical. As this is also your last life on the physical.
Thank you, I feel that, yeah.
And although you feel, in terms of what you see as spiritual, that you do not have much experience, you in fact do have lots of experience. And you will soon be brought back to this, and this will merge within you, your collective knowledge, experience, and wisdom.
Yes, Ariana, it's Maxine again.
Yes.
And I would like you to explain the difference between male and female energy.
Yes. Excellent question. This has nothing to do with physical gender. Male and female energy. First, explaining the male energy. This is the action. This is the movement. This is the intellect. This is the learning. You're getting concepts. This is the logic. This is the math, the logic, putting together, the understanding of it. This is the movement of energy. This is the initiative. While the female energy is the feeling, is the experience, is the idea, is the thought behind the action. The thought and the feeling. And the experience. Together, you have the action and the experience. Together, they merge in a balance to experience, to learn, to act, and to think. You You cannot have one without the other. And together, it is a constant balancing act. You're raising one while lowering the other and raising the other, and they return together. Your yin-yang symbol is a perfect pictorial representation of this, one blending into the other. It is a cycle.
Thank you. May I ask one other question?
Yes.
Personally, how does my personal journey reflect, what is the status of my personal journey with respect to the merging of the male and the female energies?
As you go through your incarnation cycle in the physical, you alternate male and female, sometimes both. As it relates to physical gender, although not always, your physical gender, not necessarily being sex, but gender, that which you experience in your physical, is often more reflective of that which it represents. For instance, a male gender may experience more of the male energy, be more action-oriented, be more logic-oriented. While a female gender may be more experience and feeling-oriented. In one's physical journey, who wishes to experience both. This is similar to one who goes to your college and experiences a double major. You are a very advanced soul, choosing more of the experience, fitting into a smaller amount of time, a condensed version. Experiencing both together. So that you do not have to alternate between lives, that you may be consciously aware of both. Similar to one who is aware of their past lives. Although this is like you are fitting two lives into one life. This is something that can be seen as badge of honor in your physical existence. Similar in your world is homosexuality. As this is issue in which an individual comes in to a society which may not be fully accepted, may not fully accept this individual, and the individual choose to work on the strength of accepting oneself, regardless of what one sees in their society and their outward surroundings. Your lesson is to accept yourself inwardly. Regardless of your physical form, you are bright, shining, beautiful, perfect spirit individual. Continue being who you are and expressing yourself fully.
Thank you. Thank you for your wisdom.
I think that was a beautiful message for all of us.
Mhm.
Thank you. I don't have any questions.
My best friend passed away 6 years ago. And I think I have asked this question before. I've had meditative writing with her. Some of it was clouded because I was too emotional. And I think she's being stubborn. But will she tell you the last thing I told her on the last day I saw her?
I will first briefly explain who I am and what you would call an ascended master. I have gone through the physical and all 12 dimensions or form of reality above that. Merged with God. Moved collectively in my own experiences and collectively merged in my own existences and individuations of God, including my higher self. Overcome my own limitations and come back to interact with you, to serve you, and assist you, and act as a reflection of you in your questions and bring forth those answers. However, even going beyond my limitations, these are my limitations that I have gone past. I cannot interfere with the free will of others. And your friend is saving this for you. This is between the two of you. She is choosing to tell you when you are ready, when you have moved beyond this physical body. She is there to see you on the other side.
Is she with me now?
Yes. She is accompanied by a master guide, a ascended master.
Who is?
This is her ascended master guide. As the way the energy has been set up, and the bubble of light has only to let ascended masters through this sacred space, and to keep out, including past loved ones who are benevolent. They may be accompanied by ascended master level guides, and those who wish to come through still may come through.
So that's her master guide and not mine?
Your master guide is here as well. This is the one we spoke of earlier.
The fairy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I have a question about, and I don't know if I can get an answer or not. I feel lately I'm existing and not living. Can you help me with that?
It is the other way around. You are living, you are, as you feel, surviving, but not truly existing. If you are truly existing, you are letting go of any resistance, going with the flow, as you say, allowing, being without expectation. This assists you in your manifestation as the best way to create is to let go of the desire, to let go of the expectation. This seems counterintuitive and contradictory, but it is not. The detachment is the final part in this. Yes, you have the desire initially, but it does not take place until the detachment takes place. Let go of your expectation and allow yourself to be and marvel in the awe of it.
Hi, this is Adrienne. I wonder if you could tell me one of my spirit guides.
Yes, this is a male individual named Drake. Very silly individual. Manifesting right now as they take different forms, whatever form they choose or choose to show me. This individual is choosing the form of one of your fictional characters, the Musketeers. Like a silly French character. Choosing to assist you in your humor and letting go. And seeing the joy and the silliness of life and getting in touch with the silliness. Not taking things personally.
Thank you.
Yes.
Along those lines, she made me think of I was just driving and I was driving 65 miles an hour and this turkey strutted across the freeway. I mean, he did not run, he did not walk, he strutted. I mean, I was beeping the horn. What was my message from that turkey, please? I feel there's some humor, and she reminded me of that
Turkey
moment.
boy was taking his time.
The turkey doesn't care. The turkey could die. The turkey doesn't care. Just reincarnating into another turkey or moving into the non-physical. The turkey knows it's an illusion.
Okay. I didn't hit it.
Good.
But he was just sort of like, okay, this is my road. Thank you very much. And she reminded me of the humor of it. And
Yes.
thank you. Thank you again for all the energy that's here tonight. Appreciate it.
I just, I'm sitting here amazed and spellbound. This is Dorothy. I have no question right now, but I want to thank you for your knowledge and your giving us what we apparently need at this time. Thank you.
You're very welcome. This is a reflection of your own experience, and I would not be here if it was not for you asking the questions, choosing this experience. Paul often explains he is but a man as average as you can get. Nothing extraordinary or grand about how he sees himself. As average a young man as one could be. Yet, extraordinary information comes through as the result of you. I am here because of you. These answers exist because of your questions.
Thank you.
They are one and the same. You are the ascended master giving the answers, just as you are asking the questions. You are one and the same.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ariana, it's Maxine again. I'm sure that your vessel's starting to get tired, so this will be the last question that I ask. It's kind of a multiple question, but with everyone else asking the question about their spirit guide, I would like to know who my master guide is. Is it male or female? And can I have a more practical, everyday experience with my master guide?
Yes. This is Tamara. Female, very outspoken, very direct, yet very humorous as well.
Yes.
Where you often will see these spirits acting silly, acting childlike. And this can be seen as something that is simple or minute, but these qualities of being silly and playful are actually very advanced qualities, as it takes to see past the seriousness and to live in the joy and the bliss. This is the message here, for you to live in the joy and the bliss and to let go of the seriousness. And to be practical. This is as practical as you can be, as this is involving everything in your life. Every aspect, every part of your life. See from a childlike perspective with wonder and joy